KSM show.
Yes, my name is Eddie Kusiankoma from Erata Company Limited. In fact, if you are in Accra and you want a show to watch on Friday, don't forget KSM show. That is fantastic. A platform that everybody loves to be on, and I'm proud to be on it today. Yes, so I recommend this platform to everyone. May God bless you.
Thank you. No, every now and then, even those of us who call ourselves nationalists, every now and then we need an injection of fire, man. And my guest here, he's sound, he's a nationalist, he's a patriot, and I always wanted to come over when I feel like we should be talking about how do we lift Ghana up, man. Show some love for that, man. So today it was all about lifting Ghana, and it's all about me whining. Sidney Kofi.
Yes, my brother.
I'm glad you came back. You've been with us, so when I called you, I was checking. So, but you're here.
I always enjoy being here. He's also a nationalist. You all know that.
When my fire goes now, then I call you. Then you come and, Yeah, Sidney Kofi, I don't know. Sometimes I wake up and I have the vim, We're going to make it. Ghana there, And then sometimes I wake up and say, yeah, Charlie, maybe we'll make it, but not in my lifetime. But it doesn't matter whether in my lifetime or not. The important thing is making it.
Yes, definitely.
And the last time I was thinking about so many things in Ghana. So that's what I'm going to be throwing out there. Whatever I throw out there, now watch it. Then you run with me, I was even thinking about our educational system. Okay? It's like the educational system is running parallel to what we need to do in the country. At some point, the educational system should meet the needs of our developmental agenda. But the development agenda is going this way, education is going this way. Yes. First of all, do you agree with me? And if you do, how do we fix it?
I agree with you 100%. there has to be a purpose of education, obviously.
There has to be a purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, one of the key purposes is that when you're born into this world, human history has been going on. A body of knowledge has been accumulated, a body of wisdom before you came into this world. So the schooling system, the education system, is to impart some of this knowledge to you. So general knowledge about yourself, about life, but the most important thing that maybe we are missing, and that's why we keep depending on other nations, is that there is the cosmos, the scientific world, the physics, the chemistry, the zoology, the biology, the key things that define what life is, which our curiosity must be fixed in to get us to see things and improve things around ourselves. But what you're referring to is the technical abilities of your citizens, okay, to be able to do things, and therefore the training you're giving them, apart from the general knowledge that is also appreciated, must be specific to become useful to your society and to your economy. And that we must look at it very carefully. Because if you're talking about God has blessed me with a lot of fertile land, and therefore I can begin creating a strong economy for my people with agriculture. But then your schools are producing lawyers. So that's what you're talking about. It's going in a different direction. So I agree with you 100%, and we have to look at that.
And thank you. So is this a matter of rethinking everything, including even our educational, the direction that we are going into? Is it a matter of that? I mean, how long more can we continue creating graduates and, let's say, intellectuals whose knowledge is not relevant to the direction of
we have to arrest that now, because you can't keep going in that direction. Some of the difficulties we are having is in the area of joblessness. We have our graduates who got out from the university 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year, sitting at home. Okay? The society has invested tremendous amount of resources in them. And when they come out, you would think that there is some kind of a plan that immediately absorbs them so they become useful to themselves and to the society. Now, being useful to themselves, that they have a job and they are making income. Being useful to the society means that because they have an income, they will be taxpayers. And therefore, government will have the money to go around and educate the next batch of people who are coming. So after you educate them, if they are not employed, if they are sitting at home, then you are constantly throwing money into the gutter because it's not coming back to you. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yes,
And sadly, it's not like they are unemployed, so they are sitting home. They are very busy forming, I hope it's no longer, but they had the Unemployed Graduates Association. You know, if you come out and you have enough energy to come up with a group that has a constitution and rules and regulations called the Unemployed Graduates, that's scary.
Yeah, it is. But my brother, let's look at it this way. I think it's indicative of something. It's indicative of what is the kind of education that they got. That when they came out, they don't have the initiative to go and start something on their own. You understand? And they also, I studied biochemistry. With biochemistry, really, I cannot go and start a business on my own. But is there a factory that was created that made the curriculum of the university include biochemistry? I've studied hard. I have the degree. I've come out. Okay. So, as ludicrous as it may seem, it is also telling a story of the loopholes in the planning system of our education. That we know that the biochemistry department of KNUST, every year, 30 biochemists are going to come out. What are we going to do with them? Is there something that, you know, otherwise, why are you teaching them biochemistry? If they are studying zoology, they are going to come out at some point. When they come out, what is going to happen to them? So now, by them forming an association, is raising the red flag that, look, people, I am a son of Ghana. I was given an opportunity to go to one of the best universities in the country. I've done my part. I'm out. I wish I had the skills to go and start a business on my own. But really, I don't have that. But I don't think that as a proud citizen of this country who has invested in me, I should sit at home. And therefore, I'm forming an association to tell the society that, please, listen to me, there's something going wrong. So me, that is the way I looked at that. I've met with them before. You know, I met with their leadership and all of that. And they were very, but I gave him some advice as some things they can do. You don't have to go into biochemistry only. You can do something else. You've been taught how to think, how to do logic, how to look around and do something else.
Isn't that the problem? We don't teach people how to think. Educational system, for the most part, teaches them what to think and not how to think. So I guess that's all part of the problem. So
it is.
That's all they know is we have gone this and this is what we have been trained to think and this is what you are looking for. And not how, okay, I can't use this in this system, so how can I maybe create something else? So, but that is lacking.
Yeah, chew, pour, pass, and forget. It's you know, it's memorization.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a certain aspect of schooling that makes that useful. But if you just focus on that, then you don't have a complete person coming out of your university. So you're putting your finger on one of the key things that I think the nation has to look at, the education policy of the country. And the curriculum that must be at the kindergarten, at the primary level, at the SSS level, at the university level. And there should be some link, academia and corporate Ghana.
There should be a yes.
This is where I have said before that Ghana needs planning, an economic blueprint, say for the next 7 years. Because see, you can't just, the person comes out of school now, and then what do we do with it? It has to be tailored into a grandiose plan. For the next 7 years, this is the vision of Ghana becoming a better country, of creating jobs. Now, let's say we are going to talk about using our agricultural resources as a key way of building an economy. It means you're going to need some agronomists. You're going to need some extension officers. You're going to need people who understand swollen shoe disease if you're talking about cocoa. So you start your curriculum planning into these kind of skill sets that you're going to need. And if you're doing the right thing on this side, in the private sector, you're doing the right thing. In the public sector, the program is also going on. By the time that they come out, as you said, the two will meet. And then you absorb them right away, you know. My classmates, I think the last time I came here, I told you, my classmates at the University of California who came from Taiwan, Japan, Korea, as soon as we finished, not less than 1 week, their governments came and took them. They have a plan for them back there. Why they send them to the University of California to come and study engineering, to come and study IT. As soon as they finished, they grabbed them. There's a job for you at home. So that's the point you're making, and I agree with you 100%.
Okay. Now, my other question is, well, we are 63 years, we are going to be 64. We are 63 years now as a nation.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
1957, yeah.
Yeah. So, in terms of what we are talking about, in terms of when to make it right, are we talking about 63 years later? Where do we start? I guess we had the opportunity earlier to have gotten it right. But since we didn't then, and it's like 63 years later, how do we even begin to fix it? Is that one of the problems that we have let the problem develop so much it has become this monster and it's eating us, so we don't even know where to start when we get to fix it?
Well, it's a part of it, because you were first, there was slavery. We sold some of our people. We haven't even had the time to analyze what is in us that even made us do that. Then next to it, we got colonized for hundreds of years. Then you agitated that you don't want to be controlled by another entity.
Okay.
You don't want to be a servant, to an appendage to somebody's society. You don't want to be the drawers of water and hewers of wood for somebody. You want to be independent. You want to be the master of your own destiny. You can create your own personality. So you finally get it. But when you got it, did we have a discussion? Did we really talk as a people? You know, you've been to America, you know the Tom Paine, the Thomas Jeffersons, the deep debate, the discussions of what is the structure of a society that will bring the maximum freedom to the people, but also make sure that there's economic advancement. That serious discussion started by the Greeks, the Magna Carta, 1215 AD. How do people get freedom and all of that? I think it is important that we as Ghanaians and Africans, we must also participate in the discussion, the serious intellectual philosophical discussions of man's his origin and what he should do. Now, there's a concept called democracy. We came to meet it, and most countries have adopted it. So I guess as independent, we decided that we also adopt it. But there are different shades of democracy. There are different ways of practicing the same system. Because see people freedom to move around, to be creative, to speak their mind. That is the ultimate liberty for people. So we too want to be a part of that. But how do you do it? You need a parliament. Is the parliament working for us? To get a group of people to go and sit somewhere to think of how to make laws to move society in the right direction. But when the laws are made, do we have a system where it will be policed to make sure that the good law that is supposed to move in the right direction is being implemented, and therefore the society is moving in the right direction? But if you have this parliament, which is expensive, high-paid people, you have got to give them cars, housing, and they make the laws and the regulations. But those laws and regulations are not policed. They are not implemented. You create a sidewalk. You say that we are civilized people. The cars will drive in this lane, and the people will walk in this lane, because there should be free movement of people. Very soon after that, some people go and put their kiosks there. That's where they are selling their thing.
On the walkway.
On the walkway.
That's where you have the kiosk.
But that law cannot be policed. The police go there, they kick them out, 2 weeks later they are back. It means that your society has not really seriously thought about how you're going to get civilization for yourself. You say that you need a marketplace. As a people, now that we are not all living in the villages where we have our own small farms and we go and collect our own food and we are self-sufficient, some of us are living in the cities The food will be trucked in. We have to go to a place to go and buy that food. You would think that a sense of hygiene, a sense of orderliness, as a society, will also be computed into that. That when you go to this place called the marketplace, it will be clean, it will be hygienic, the gutter will not be smelly, the food will not be on the ground, at least, or table. You know, we studied a little bit of science in elementary school, germs everywhere and all of that. But in our case, when you go to the market, excuse me to say, you said today we are shooting the breeze.
Yes, yes.
So we may say certain things not to insult anybody.
No.
We love
We're just being real.
Yes,
let's keep it real. Yes.
In the first place, a lot of our sisters and mothers who are going to sell the thing, they are not hygienic. In the first place, the person going to sell the food. In the second place, the tomato is going to sell. He is putting on the floor. Oh, there's a little mat, but he's put on the floor. People are walking here, you know, there's a gutter there. You can even see the flies. You know, the place is smelly. My brothers and sisters, in 2020, the concept of civilization is not what somebody is going to come from the World Bank to come and tell you to do. It is what is coming from your own imagination. That if as a society, this is where we are going to sell food, we must plan it to look civilized, to be hygienic, to be orderly. We must begin to take these steps. Otherwise, we are going around in circles. Nothing is going to work for us. I think the last time I gave you an example, the lorry station. Now we don't walk to our final destination. We will take a car, a trotro or whatever. Not all of us have our private cars. So we decide that, okay, let's create a certain place where it will be like a station where cars will come, then you can take another car to go where you are. You will think that, as a beautiful concept as it is, it will be organized properly. There will be lanes, okay? The place will be cemented. When it rains, it's not muddy. You know, you would think that you have some people with a water pump that would, you know, clean the place at the end of the day and all of that. These are simple things that as a society, you know, if there was some outer space entity hovering around, in a UFO machine or whatever, and they are hovering around Europe, and they're looking down, and they see, some nice roads have been there, some people are walking nicely, they see the stores, you see some place, the market, they go in there, everything is orderly. Then they are hovering around. They come to a place called Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and it's haphazard. Like ants all over the place. The place, if they can spell. Okay? I'm saying this to arrest our mind to the way that the world looks at us. When there's a calamity somewhere, and they put the camera there, the other day with this pandemic, when they were demonstrating and all of that, they moved the camera from Boston to Los Angeles to Atlanta to New York. You cannot see any difference. It is systematized. The road is there, clean. The sidewalk is there. This is there. So the advancement of human knowledge now has created a certain format that has become uniform and universal. And I don't see why we should be the ones that exhibit mediocrity.
Okay. That's a great point. You don't see why we should be the ones exhibiting mediocrity. So we're going to take a commercial break right here. When we come back, I'm going to ask you, why are we exhibiting mediocrity? We are pausing for the course. When we come back, Charlie, we're shooting the breeze. We're going to keep it real. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Crick is 055 039 5007.